and a representative of the Institute for Family Policies in Spain. She's been working since several years with youth groups, media, especially in Mexico, and women's groups in Latin America and Europe. So she's been having a lot of experience related to gender equality and also with family policies related to this. So I would like to give the floor to Ms. Olivia, and we will have a simultaneous, however you want. So we'll have Spanish and English if you want. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, Alina. As I usually address to Latin Americans and Spanish people, I normally speak in Spanish, but I'll try to do it in English, and if I need help, I'll ask Gabriela for this. I come representing the Institute for Family Policies from Spain, and a young group of boys and girls who are working to recover family. These are both non-profit organizations dedicated to strengthen family in many ways. And we usually talk about the declaration of the Universal Declaration of the Human Rights that speaks that family is a natural and fundamental element for society, and it has the right and the need to be protected by state and society itself. We believe that many problems that we are suffering in society, especially in Latin America, Mexico, for example, and some other problems in Spain, would be solved in part. An important part of them would be solved if family does its work. We can speak about migration, for example, migration topics. You know all about them, and families being set apart by some of the parents going some other place and being monoparental parents. And this is a huge problem in countries of Latin America that need to be helped in immigration topics. Well, I can speak, and you'll know about violence in Mexico and in many countries. And it's surprising that a few months ago, Presidente Calderón, Mexico's president, talked about that many people, young people that die in these attacks from groups, narco traffic groups, are young people, and they have studied, they come from families which have been broken in the early ages. They have not been attended. They have been living in the streets for the whole time, and they are very, very easy targets to narco trafficking and trafficking. So the studies have revealed in these last years of high violence numbers that if we strengthen family, these youngs maybe not so easy are going to go to these topics. Well, we have been talking about Facebook and other social networks that are being the window and the big door for youngsters to start a dialogue with each other, but we believe that we have a huge job to do to make this space and situations a natural word to start the dialogue between families. It's funny that many young people wouldn't give their mail address to their parents or their Twitter, no? Because maybe they would be followed and this is scary, huh? But maybe it's a way to start a dialogue in a space that they feel secure and they feel they know how to deal with. And maybe parents and older brothers could be there too. I mean, there's a huge work to do to make this space family friendly too. Well, we can also talk about drugs and alcohol. The 40% of the early pregnancies in adolescents in Spain, for example, and the bad treats between youngsters come from alcoholism. The 40% of these problems come from alcoholism. So there is a topic to attend, and it could be easily attended in the families. Women in Spain declare that they prefer to go to labor in a very long I'm sorry about some words, work days, that they are too long, many hours out of home, and they have to choose between being mother and working. Of course, these topics of having friendly spaces and new forms of conciliation between jobs and family is urgent, because it's a space where we need all the help we can get. I could go on and stop many problems, you all know, and you know too that many of these could be prevented, as we said, as we heard Gabriela said, it's a preventing topic to strengthen family as the main strategy, the main strategy to prevent so many problems of society, especially in Latin America, but also in the developed countries, because sometimes the developed countries solve problems in any other ways, and families show to be the best and the cheaper way to do it. I mean, it's a sustainable matter too. So I'm sorry that it was so hard for you to understand, but I would like to end by this easy but hard at the same time idea that family and strengthened family is the main strategy to solve many problems. And if you invest and if you work with families, many of even the global problems could be easily prevented and solved. Thank you.